Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be testing out the newest Colourpop launch, which is coming out officially tomorrow for Colourpop Thursday, and this is a High School Musical collection. I just saw the sneak peek of this last night. This was on my doorstep today, and I was like, okay, this is so fun, very unexpected, but I'm here for it. So this is based off the OG High School Musical. I know they have like a new TV show on Disney Plus. I personally haven't watched the new one. Let me know if you guys have, but I did grow up with High School Musical on Disney Channel, and I did really enjoy the movies. This is what the box looked like. So it had like all the different names of all the people on there. And then when you opened up the box, it looked like this. It says what team, and then they have the little cheerleading speaker thing. I don't know what these are called. It says Wildcats in the house. So much fun. So I wanted to go ahead and get this video up today, show you guys the collection, do a look with it, and let you guys know some of my favorite things in here. So let's go ahead and get started. Now I've noticed that all this stuff says class of 2008. Is that when High School Musical came out? Because I swear I watched this in like middle school, but I could be wrong. Let me look it up. Okay, yeah, it came out in 2006, but maybe the class was based on 2008. I don't know. But yeah, I totally remember watching this in like 8th grade when it came out. So anyways, let's get into the collection. The first thing we have here is the eyeshadow palette. It's called the East High Pressed Powder Palette. It kind of looks like a little yearbook, which is fun. You open it up on the side, and then here is your shades. So we got some neutrals going on and a few pops of color. It is very warm toned. I was wondering kind of what colors they would choose for a High School Musical collection. I would definitely expect to see a lot of reds in there. I could see the blues, and then like certain colors representing the characters as well. So I'll go ahead and swatch the palette for you guys so you guys can see what it swatched like. They have a mixture of some mattes, there's some shimmers, and there is a few of like the Super Shock shimmers too, which are more creamy. And I thought it was fun. They do have a color for most of the characters. Chad is like a shimmery orange, Gabriella is a matte peach, they have Ryan for green, which I think he did wear a lot of green, Sharpay is of course pink, and then Troy is blue, and then Taylor is purple there. So they have a lot of those and just like fun names from the show. So I thought that was really cute. Anyways, that is the eyeshadow palette, and they do have one pressed pigment in the palette, which is this kind of red one, which is something new. It does cause a little bit of staining on the eyes and the fingers if you use it that way. There is this liner set in the collection, which comes with 3 liners that you can get, the Showbiz liner set. So we have a gold, which is in this together. It is a lighter gold. A High School Musical red called Spring Musical. And then the white is called Exit. We also have 3 powder blushes in the collection here. It kind of matches the packaging of the palette. So the first one that we have for blushes, this is Freaky Genius Girl, and these all have little imprints in it. So this one says EHS. So this is kind of a rosy pink. We have this super light nude, which has like a Wildcat imprinted in. It's kind of a light imprint, and this is Wildcats. Super light color. And then the last one we got, which has the little Wildcat prints in there, this is Playoffs. So there is the 3 blushes. And then for the lips, we have a few of their Just a Tint lip crayons here in the collection. Here is the packaging on these, the little stars on the lid. So the first shade here is Status Quo, which is a very light nude. We have this kind of red tint, which is what I have on. This one is Cello. We do have a brighter pink. This one is Pop and Lock. So those are your lip tints. And that is everything in the collection. It is a cute little curated collection. I feel like they don't have any fun accessories with this one. I know with some of their Disney collabs they usually do. I really wish they would start doing the mirrors again, because those were my favorite, and I feel like they usually sold out. I noticed they haven't done like a lot of lip scrubs or the lip mask or anything like that lately. So it seems a little bit like a smaller collection. So I'm gonna go ahead and try the products on. I'll show you guys how I got this look. So let's get into that. Alright guys, let's head into the East High palette here, and we'll see what we want to do for a look today. It is a pretty neutral palette, a little pops of colors as well, which is nice. And so we're gonna go with Scholastic Decathlon in the crease. This is very warm, kind of a peachy toned matte. And I'm using my Refer 13 brush. I believe Refer has a sale on their brushes. I'll have to double check. I feel like they were doing some sort of buy one get one sale today. We'll throw in a little bit of Gabriella, which is this orange one. I don't know why I wouldn't put Gabriella as like an orange color. I haven't seen the movie in a while, but I don't know. I just don't associate her with the color orange for some reason. This one's really bright though. It's very neon. All right, outer corner, we're gonna take Detention here, this brown. Has little paw prints in it for the Wildcats mascot, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little of this red, Something New, and kind of place this in the middle of the eye, and I'm gonna pack it a little over that brown. I wouldn't say this is a super metallic shade, but it just has a little bit of shimmer to it. I just really wanted to see what this color looked like. I feel like it is a pretty good kind of High School Musical red. I was unsure if I would like it because I feel like they needed something deeper, but it actually does look pretty nice on the eyes. I'm just going back in with that dark brown here just to deepen that up a bit. I feel like that shade could be a little bit more pigmented, but overall it is a nice brown, but it's more on the medium side than like a darker color. I am going to go ahead and mix these two. I'm going to start with Shoe Baskets on the lower lash line, and then we'll also use the Detention dark brown over that. We'll do a little bit of this Twinkletown Gold. It's one of those like Super Shock formulas, and place this in the inner portion but blend it into the red, so blending into the center, and then just kind of focusing the product here but then taking any excess over just so everything is very cohesive. I am going to take my finger into Big Game as well, just very lightly, and kind of go on top of that just a little bit to set it down. Sometimes the Super Shock formulas can crease up a bit as well, so hopefully this will help and just offer a little bit more pigmentation since that shade does seem on the sheer side. So that definitely brightened the look up just a little bit more. So I'm going to clean this up with some concealer, and then we'll finish with some of the rest of the products. Okay, so before I put my mascara on, I actually do need to put on liner, and I'm going to be boring and just do the white one because I love white liner. And there is a red, which would go with the look, but I don't always love red eyeliner on me. So that's why we're going with the white one, just to kind of brighten up the under eyes a bit. I already did my concealer, so I'm just kind of adding this in. It just makes your eyes look bigger because it adds a little bit more brightness there, so it kind of looks like your eye extends just a bit. And you can still see like the colors underneath, which is nice too. But you can also use it to like highlight the inner corner. But I'm always a fan of the Colourpop gel liners. Okay, for blush, I'm going to try out a couple different ones. So I'm honestly kind of wondering if this color is even going to show up. So I just want to see it on my skin and see what it does. And we'll probably go over it with a different color. But I thought we would try this out. This is the Wildcats Super Nude. We'll pack quite a bit on there just to see. And I'll go ahead and apply it over here. Just as I kind of thought it didn't really show. Adding just a bit more. It's a very barely there color. I really don't think it does much at all. So that color, it's a pass for me. I kind of knew it was going to do that. Let me just add a little bit over here. And we're going to go over it with a different color. Maybe I should use a sheerer brush with that. We'll use the Sigma F10. There's a cute pink in the collection too, but I kind of want to try this red. Just dip in there and tap off the excess. I always forget how light the Colourpop blushes are, so I actually probably could have used that brush. But yeah, it's not a scary color really. It's actually more of a pinky color when you get it on. And you can definitely build it though. It's a beautiful color. I would say on me in person, it does look a little bit more reddish than pink. I feel like on my camera it looks pretty pink. Just kind of touching up my foundation over it to calm it down just a little bit, but it's a pretty color. I do enjoy it a lot. I know with Colourpop blushes, you can buy the dark colors. They build up and they're not like scary on. They're pretty light in pigment, so that looks cute. Let's go and do our lips next. So we have the Just a Tints in this collection, which I haven't seen in the collection in a while, so how exciting. Let's see what color we want to use today. We'll try out the Berry Red to, again, kind of be monochromatic. And you can kind of line the lips with these, which is nice. And they have a little bit of a shiny look on the lips, and they're more of like just a tint, like the name is. And that's gonna complete our try on and look for the day. Next we'll get into kind of my final overview and thoughts on the full collection. Okay, so kind of my thoughts here trying out the collection. Let's start with the palette. I do like the color scheme of this one. I think it is fun. It's definitely something very wearable for me. I love just experimenting with a little bit of color and also having my neutrals. The neutrals are very warm, very orangey, like how we did kind of this sunset look, but you can go more like the purple theme as well. There is some pops of green in there, blue to play with too. So I do like the color story a lot. Comparing it with some of my other Colourpop palettes, I just wanted to show it next to the Avatar one to see how those two look next to each other, because I feel like they're a little similar in tone. I always pull out the Barbie one too because this just has a lot in it too. So I wanted to show those next to each other for color references. The only difference really here is this one has a green, this one does not. So those two are pretty similar as well. I don't think this palette necessarily blew my socks off. I think it's a nice palette. I think some of the pigments could be a little bit better. Like those little Super Shock shades, they're just a little too see-through, and I feel like I had to keep packing on the product to get the intensity that I wanted. So I feel like the quality could be upped just a bit. I always like my pigmented shadows, but they were easy to work with, I will say. The mattes seem to blend nice. I think this brown could have been a little darker as well. I don't think this palette is like a necessity. I feel like this is just kind of geared for if you guys are a High School Musical lover, for the nostalgia. If you do like this color scheme a lot, it is a fun one to try, and Colourpop is on the affordable side, and they do have great eyeshadow for an affordable price tag. So that's the palette. As far as blushes go, you guys know I did not recommend the Wildcats blush. This one was so light. This is a huge pass for me. But I would say Playoffs and then the Freaky Genius Girl, these two are both brighter blushes and should show up really well on the cheeks. So those are winners. I like that the eyeliners do come in a set this time. You don't have to like buy them individually. The only color that I really would probably use out of here though is the white. The gold's a little bit too light, and then again, I just don't wear a lot of red eyeliners. I don't feel like it always looks the best on the waterline because it kind of makes you look a little ill or sick or something. So I don't know if this is a necessary buy unless you really love all these colors together, but you probably already have a white liner in your collection. But if not, I do enjoy the Colourpop one. I also really like their lip tints. They give you kind of that popsicle lip that's really popular. They don't necessarily stain a whole lot, but they're just really pretty on the lips and very comfortable. So I do actually really like this formula, and again, we haven't seen these for a while, so it is nice to get them with the fun packaging. I think these two are my favorite colors. I don't wear a lot of pinks like this, so I would say the Cello and the Status Quo are definitely my top two for lips. So I think that's everything in the collection. Let me know your thoughts about this one down below. Will you be picking this collection up, or are you passing on it? I think, you know, it's a nice one, but I don't think it's really one of the best that they've done. I've definitely had some better Disney collabs before, but it was super fun to see. It kind of makes me want to watch High School Musical now and kind of reminisce a little bit. But that's gonna be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.